Hello, welcome. This is your desk All Access Insight channel, bringing you tips and news to your door. In a significant blow to transnational cybercrime, Zambian authorities apprehended a group of Chinese nationals involved in large-scale fraud. This operation, involving sophisticated technology and international coordination, highlights the growing threat of cybercrime and the importance of international cooperation in combating it. The syndicate had victims across the globe, underscoring the borderless nature of cybercrime and the need for a globally unified response. Zambia, like many developing nations, has seen a surge in internet penetration, making it an attractive target for cybercriminals. The anonymity offered by the internet, coupled with often lax cybersecurity measures, provides fertile ground for these criminal enterprises to flourish. The complex nature of these crimes, often involving individuals and networks spanning multiple jurisdictions, requires a coordinated and sophisticated response from law enforcement. This case in Zambia serves as a stark reminder that cybercrime affects us all. Whether it's through financial losses, identity theft, or the erosion of trust in digital systems, the impact of cybercrime is far-reaching and has real-world consequences. This case underscores the importance of robust cybersecurity measures at both the individual and national level. This operation is not just a win for Zambia, but for law enforcement agencies worldwide. It sets a precedent for international collaboration in combating cybercrime and sends a clear message to cybercriminals that their actions will not go unpunished. As we become increasingly reliant on technology, it is critical that we stay one step ahead of those who seek to exploit it for criminal gain. The syndicate employed a sophisticated phishing scheme using cleverly disguised emails and websites to steal personal and financial information from unsuspecting victims. These phishing attacks were tailored to appear legitimate, often mimicking well-known institutions or service providers to trick victims into divulging sensitive data. Once the criminals obtained the victims' details, they would then access their bank accounts, make fraudulent transactions, or sell the information on the dark web. The operation was sophisticated, utilizing advanced technological tools to mask their location and identity. They employed virtual private networks, VPNs, proxy servers, and other anonymizing technologies to make it difficult to trace their online activity. This level of sophistication allowed the group to operate with a degree of impunity, believing they were beyond the reach of law enforcement. The success of such scams hinges on social engineering, exploiting human vulnerabilities like trust and urgency. The criminals often employ tactics to pressure victims into acting quickly, such as creating a false sense of urgency or using threatening language. This manipulation preys on human psychology, making individuals more susceptible to falling victim to these scams. The use of cryptocurrency also played a role in this case. Cryptocurrency's decentralized and often anonymous nature makes it attractive to criminals seeking to launder illicit funds. By converting their ill-gotten gains into cryptocurrency, the criminals aim to obscure the money trail and make it more difficult for law enforcement to track their financial activities. The investigation leading to the arrest of the cybercrime syndicate was a testament to international collaboration. Zambian authorities worked closely with international agencies, including Interpol and cybersecurity experts from various countries. This collaboration was instrumental in sharing intelligence, coordinating efforts, and ultimately bringing the perpetrators to justice. The international nature of the crime, with victims spread across different continents, necessitated a coordinated response. Information sharing between countries was crucial in identifying the scale of the operation, tracking the flow of illicit funds, and gathering evidence against the suspects. This case highlights the importance of having robust international legal frameworks and cooperation agreements to facilitate such collaboration. The success of this operation sends a strong message to cybercriminals that national borders are no longer barriers for law enforcement agencies. The case serves as a model for future collaborations, emphasizing the need for continued investment in international partnerships and information-sharing platforms to effectively combat transnational cybercrime. Furthermore, this case reinforces the importance of capacity building in developing countries. By providing training, resources, and technical expertise, developed countries can assist developing nations in strengthening their cybersecurity infrastructure and capabilities. This will not only help protect these countries from becoming safe havens for cyber criminals, but also contribute to a more secure global cyberspace. While the bust of this cybercrime syndicate is a victory for law enforcement, it's crucial to remember the human cost of these crimes. Behind the headlines and statistics are real people whose lives have been devastated by financial loss, identity theft, and emotional distress. Many victims of cybercrime experience feelings of violation, shame, and mistrust, impacting their personal and professional lives. The financial losses incurred by victims can be substantial, often leading to bankruptcy, loss of life savings, and long-term financial instability. The emotional toll can be equally devastating, with victims experiencing anxiety, depression, and a loss of sense of security. In some cases, the trauma of cybercrime can have lasting effects on victims' mental and emotional well-being. It's also important to recognize that the impact of cybercrime extends beyond individual victims. Businesses, governments, and critical infrastructure are also vulnerable to cyber attacks, which can disrupt operations, compromise sensitive data, and undermine public trust. The interconnected nature of our world means that an attack on one sector can have ripple effects across other sectors, potentially causing widespread economic and social disruption. Addressing the human cost of cybercrime requires a multifaceted approach. This includes providing support and resources to victims, raising awareness about the dangers of cybercrime and promoting cyber hygiene practices, and advocating for stronger legal frameworks to hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. The Zambian cybercrime crackdown signals a new era of international law enforcement cooperation. As our world becomes increasingly interconnected, so too does crime. Cybercrime in particular transcends national borders, requiring law enforcement agencies to adapt and collaborate in unprecedented ways. The success in Zambia demonstrates that by sharing intelligence, resources, and expertise, we can effectively combat these evolving criminal threats. The case highlights the importance of international agreements and frameworks that facilitate cross-border investigations and prosecutions. Treaties like the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime provide a legal basis for cooperation, allowing countries to share evidence, extradite suspects, and work together to combat cybercrime effectively. Strengthening these international legal mechanisms will be crucial in the fight against cybercrime going forward. Furthermore, this case underscores the need for greater investment in law enforcement capacity building, particularly in developing countries. Providing training, resources, and technical assistance to countries with limited cybersecurity capabilities will be essential in creating a more secure global cyberspace. By working together, we can level the playing field and ensure that all nations have the tools and expertise to combat cybercrime effectively. This case serves as a model for future collaborations, demonstrating that international cooperation is not just possible but essential in tackling the complex challenges posed by cybercrime. As we move forward, it's crucial that we continue to strengthen these partnerships, share best practices, and work together to create a safer and more secure digital world. The fight against cybercrime is an ongoing battle, one that requires constant adaptation and innovation. As technology advances, so too do the tactics and tools employed by cybercriminals. Law enforcement agencies must therefore remain vigilant, constantly updating their knowledge, skills, and strategies to stay ahead of these evolving threats. This includes investing in new technologies, such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, to detect and prevent cybercrime. Public-private partnerships will also be crucial in the fight against cybercrime. Governments and law enforcement agencies must work closely with the private sector, particularly technology companies, to share information, develop best practices, and create a more secure online environment. Collaboration between these sectors is essential in addressing the evolving nature of cyber threats and developing effective countermeasures. Education and awareness are also critical components of combating cybercrime. By educating the public about the dangers of cybercrime, promoting cyber hygiene practices, and encouraging individuals to report suspicious activity, we can create a more secure online environment. Empowering individuals to protect themselves online is essential in reducing the number of potential victims and making it more difficult for cybercriminals to operate. The Zambian cybercrime crackdown serves as a reminder that we are all stakeholders in the fight against cybercrime. By working together, sharing information, and investing in our collective cybersecurity, we can create a safer and more secure digital future for all. This is AAI News in your hands. Please subscribe for more tips and news like this one. Don't forget to like and share. Stay tuned.